Hello and welcome to another World of Tanks replay. This time I am in my 5120, which I power grinded here over the weekend together with the runaway Kim and with the company of Jan and Terge from time to time. And first off, there are some QSF members on the enemy team, which, I mean, that's always nice to meet them. And the runaway is very offended that he's not recognized. But it's always nice to run into QSF members who recognize you. But yeah, we are on South Coast, tier 10 game, quite evenly balanced teams. And in the 5120, because of the lack of gun elevation and depression, you have to be very careful of where you're going. But I decided to go out on the east to start with, because you get some nice sniping shots up on the TD balcony if you hang back. And then we see that my team actually all decided that was a brilliant idea. I mean, yeah. What of tanks. But yeah, the 5120 is a great tank. It has a 4-round autoloader with a half-a-minute reload, and it can deal 1600 damage in its clip. Very good penetration, both on AP and APCR, but the only downside is these horrible depression angles and elevation angles. Yeah, spotter, what the fuck? And the first shot goes through between his gun and his hull. Second shot hits the ground. Third shot hits him. Last shot kills him. So yeah, not the best, but I mean this tank carries enough ammunition so that that doesn't really matter too much. And the mobility of the 5120 is good enough for you to move around between reloads, as I'm doing now. I'm moving up to help support our heavies. But then I decide that's not what I want, because the 5120 doesn't want to trade with enemies. It wants to only shoot. We should only aim for shooting at a single enemy, like this IS-8 who's chilling here. He fired. Shot into him. There we go. One less IS-8. This tank gets ammo racked very often, which is unfortunate. And here we see runaway Kim making the unfortunate mistake of shooting at 2 enemies, and they shot back at him and he died. So yeah, a bit unfortunate, but I've made some of those myself. So, and here I'm telling the FV215B I'm reloading, so he knows that I'm ready to help him soon. And then I will focus on the bat jet, because that's an autoloader. And then the 215B can deal with the heavies. And here I'll take a hit from the STI, but that's fine with me. Yes. I deal 800 to him. So our east flank fell. Our FV215B is making a heroic stand in the middle, but now the heavies are pushing around the east. So I'm thinking, okay, this is not so good, because if you sit where I am now, you'll get shot by the heavies over here. So I'm trying to get up here to get into cover from this side, and then hopefully support down here. And there you can see an E-50M shot me, which was unfortunate. They do that. So now I have a 5120 and object 140. And again, they're not looking at me, so I can go and shoot them. 1, 2. Now time for the 140. I'm not spotted. And bam. 2 tanks down. And the STB is nice enough to say thank you, which is always appreciated. But now the playing fields are quite even. Stevens, they have a lot of heavy tanks, well not a lot of, but they have 2 heavy tanks and we have mediums and me. I don't count the IS-8 as a true heavy tank. So what I'm trying to do now is trying to go up on their TD balcony and shoot them while up here. I mean, this is not too good, but it's even. This game could swing either way. And I'm telling the object to try and help me with cap. And I have a nice little conversation with the E75, and we both agreed that was a fun game because it was very intense. And here's the what the fuck. I will wait for as long as possible before shooting him because I need to be sure to hit him. And unfortunately our STB dies, but he manages to kill the... pardon. He manages to kill the E75. So now I'm telling the 140 to help me in the cap, because we need help in here. And this is interesting, as the QSF guy is telling in chat. This is very close. We have one in cap, they have one in cap, and I know the E100 and IS-8 is coming up here. And I'm not poking because there's a cap pressure. If I get decapped, then the game's over. And here you see me and Runaway just trolling each other. And before any of you say it in comments, I know I spelled prick wrong, but it's on purpose. I'm calling people bricks. But here you see, oh, IS-8 missed. Aha, that was a decapping shot. And that's my top gun. Oh, actually that wasn't even my top gun. And here's the E100, I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm dead. I track him, he shoots the wall, and it's like, oh lo 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 lo. We were going crazy on TeamSpeak when that happened. Because, I mean, what the hell. So yeah, just to recap, I'll pause now because the game is done. I was sitting here, and there's an IS-8 coming up one side, the QSFC guy up even, and then there's E100 on the other team also tried to come up, and they both managed to shoot the rock around me. What they both should have done was just drive up, sit, and shoot. They tried to rush it, and therefore the server, I'm assuming it was a server side mistake, because they're both good players. I mean, as you can see, the E100 1600 WN8 and the IS-8 1400 WN8. So, I mean, they both know how this game works, but they both screw over, and that was just, it was so funny. I mean, we were laughing our asses off when this happened, me, Runaway, and Janetege. And then the E75 guy, or the QSF guys, they wrote to us and said that they were laughing their asses off on TeamSpeak, and I was like, yeah, so am I. And when we played this, we didn't have XVM, so now that I'm seeing that they're both very good players, the E100 and obviously the QSF guy, I find it even more hilarious that they managed to fail so badly and not kill me. So yeah, I end up with 7 kills, 4,500 damage, and an Invader medal. I'm quite sure this was my ace tanker badge, but well, not the one, but one of my ace tanker badges in this tank. And if not, it was definitely a first class. I will post the post game stats after this video. So yeah, mainly this was just to show, if you have time, as these two guys had, drive around the corner, wait for the aiming reticle to settle, then shoot. Because they both just lost their team the game, because they were too impatient and rushing, especially the QSF guy. He had the most time, but no, we win, and the 5120 lives to tell another tale and cap some more cap points. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you return for some more videos. later. Bye bye.